This is an awesome update on airlines. There is one airline that is taking the lead finally. It is Delta. Could you ever think that someone would finally step up as a leader in airlines and accommodating wheelchair users? And that is Delta. So let's take a look a little bit about what's going on with this incredible update. This is an article from the Insider. It was written by Taylor Raines on June 1st, 2023. And the title is Delta is developing a new first-of-its-kind airline seat that allows wheelchair users to stay in their chairs. Imagine that. We've been waiting for this, folks. So the UK-based consortium Air for All has partnered with Delta Flight Products to create a cabin concept that allows wheelchair users to fly in their own chairs. So for right now, we're talking power wheelchairs. The design involves removing the back cushion and flipping up the seat to accommodate a wheelchair. A working prototype makes its debut at the Aircraft Interior Expo on June 6th. So that's how fast they're going, June 6th. But the seat still needs to be certified and tested. So they're not too far away from that. But, they're going ahead with it. So let's kind of look at Delta Airlines subsidiary Delta Flight Products has teamed up with the UK-based consortium Air for All to introduce a new cabin seat option for wheelchair users. Currently, powered wheelchair users have to use an airline-provided wheelchair when traversing airports and boarding aircrafts. After being transferred from chair to chair and rolled down the jet bridge, they will be transferred one more time into a seat, which is so true. There's so many transfers. The personal chair is checked by the airline and typically put into cargo hold, and there have been many instances of carriers damaging and breaking the mobility devices, many which are worth thousands and specifically tailored to the user. It's a medical device, yes. In 2022 alone, 11,389 wheelchairs were mishandled by U.S. airlines, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. In February of 2023, Air Travel Consumer Report. Folks, listen to me, 11,389 wheelchairs. That just can't happen anymore. Come on. Because of this risk, Delta and Air for All want to squash the current practice with a product that would allow passengers with reduced mobility to stay in their chairs for the entire curb-to-curb journey. That would be such a relief. I'm telling you. A working prototype will be officially debuted at the Aircraft Interiors Expo on June 6th, but the seat still would need to be certified and tested before making its way to the plane cabin. Take a look at the design. So the design, it's at the bulkhead, and as always, I will put the link of this article in the description box so you can take a look at it. Air for All is made up of British design studio Priestman Good, consultancy flying disabled wheelchair manufacturer Sunrise Medical, and cabin certification company SWS certification. So meaning that the partnership has taken input from several parties to create the design, particularly from the disabled community. So that's important, that at least we had some input to this new opportunity. So it's always an opportunity. It's always in the positive. According to an Air for All, the patented seat has several pieces that allow it to convert into a wheelchair accessible position. So again, it's at the bulkhead. This includes removing the back cushion of the seat and flipping up the seat. The passenger's wheelchair can then be backed into the space and securely attached. And I don't know what it's going to be attached to or how it's going to be attached. I'm hoping they looked at those details, because not all, I don't know if they're using the pin system or they're using with belts. Because like my wheelchair, it doesn't accommodate a pin at the bottom of a bolt at the bottom of the chair. So, but it doesn't. I don't see anything on the floor, so they must be using belts for this. And again, they're not done with the prototype, so we'll have to see how this goes. The company says the design does not eliminate seat perks and will still offer passengers access to a headrest, center console tray tables, and cocktail tables. So there we go. So it looks pretty good. It looks sturdy. I just don't know how they're going to strap us in, or strap the wheelchair down. So the design, which was shortlisted for the 2022 Crystal Cabin Awards, is also multi-purpose. According to the Air for All, it can be used by a non-wheelchair user if there is not a PRM traveler on board. So that has to do with some initial for wheelchair user. So I'm really excited, as you can tell, especially for those who travel at least once or twice a year, or maybe many times a year. But this is going to give us, a big relief. We are consumers, we are travelers, and I'm hoping that Delta goes all the way through on this. Delta will be loved by us all the way through. And truly, we should write letters like crazy, if this goes through, to thank Delta Airlines for putting their time, effort, funding into this. I'm sure there are other funds coming in to help with the design and the final testing and approvals. I'm sure that's happening. So Air for All will facilitate a smoother boarding and disembarking experience for the PRMs, and will also significantly reduce the number of wheelchairs that are damaged through poor handling, Wood said. Ah, yes, of course. So, yes, that's, despite the money that they are investing in getting this approved, still, that's going to save money. They're investing a lot of money, but they're going to gain a lot of money back in terms of to stop, breaking wheelchairs. In the United States, in the United Kingdom, no matter where they fly, they're going to save money, a ton of money. And it's going to save us the aggravation, the fear, the stress of all this. So thank you, Delta Airlines, for finally taking the lead in doing this, because we want to fly. We want to fly with you. We want to get from point A to point B, and it's not fair, for us to go through what we've been through in terms of not getting our wheelchairs back and having to go home with a manual wheelchair, or from a manual wheelchair to another manual wheelchair that's really not a manual, it's a medical wheelchair, and those are hard to handle. So I personally want to say thank you. I am very hopeful that you will actually get this done in 2023. And by the time I am ready to travel again, this will be approved, and I will be able to fly wherever I need to go, because Delta goes a lot of places. And I am hoping that other airlines follow that example, and this prototype becomes approved and it spreads to other airlines. So that is what I can hope for. and we'll just have to write letters, like crazy to encourage other airlines to do the same, and Delta is taking the lead. Delta is giving, a good example of good stewards and helping us as consumers and travelers, despite the fact that we have a chair under our butt all the time, that we also want to fly. So just like anyone else. So hopefully this will be approved in 2023. My guess is maybe by November, December, they'll start using them. So fingers crossed, everyone. And you can contact Delta, I'm sure, and see if you, by any means and any ways or means, can assist them. So that is it for the update on airline traveling. And I will post it on the Wheelchair Travel Opinion. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.